Mike Gorman is the king of hoops. He's been fired as the voice of the Boston Celtics for NBC Sports Boston, but they, due to legal battles, are allowing him to continue to call home games only.
That's because that ankle bracelet he's got on.
No, he has not been arrested. It was incompetence.
Okay.
It was why he was fired.
Right.
But he has a very high-profile lawsuit that is allowing him to keep these home games.
Wow.
And he joins us on the Volkswagen Dealers, quote, expert hotline. Mr. Mike Gorman, hello, sir.
Always good to hear the facts put right in order like that. That's
yeah.
good.
And you know what's sad is there's probably like one guy that's going like, I don't think that's true. I'm going to have to Google if Mike Gorman is suing the people of whatever the hell, NBC, is what it is.
I'm guilty.
Yeah, well, did you think RFK farted? I know you're a big fan of his.
No, it's quality programming, though, so I don't mind following it being a little late like this. Yeah, first one I bought. Second one, I don't know.
Thank
I
you.
was a little shaky.
You played by the rules.
Fred has changed his mind since seeing the video, I think.
No, well, it is interesting because, well, what's the fascinating thing is the guy's got a Bobby Brown mic on and he doesn't realize he's on the microphone. Is what the real funny thing is about it. So, Mike...
Yeah. It's upside down. I can't read it. It's funny.
I personally have I've texted you. I've not talked to you. I don't know if I've talked to you since you made your decision. In all seriousness, Mike has decided that this is his last season. It goes without saying. I was obviously being sarcastic before, but some of you are morons. So I'll say that. How are you feeling? Is this I know it is exciting. I know you're on yachts and things of that nature in the off season. But do you?
Yes, I am on yachts most
you
of
are.
the off-season, yeah.
No, but you were on yachts. You sent it to everyone. You were very proud of yourself and making everyone feel bad.
Yeah.
You were traveling, you have family, and all these things.
Did you flip a glow stick in Ibiza?
Did I? Oh, no, I did not do that in Ibiza. I got your text after that. You were north of me somewhere, right?
Yeah. I was kind of around your area, but I definitely wasn't in, the party palace that you were in.
Do you see the circles you two run in? That you are so close to each other in Europe, in the partying places. But in all seriousness, how are you feeling going into this season? Is there a way that you're handling it? Is there something that you want to accomplish this season? What are you thinking?
No, I'd really like them to win a championship. That'd be nice if they could win a championship my last season, get one more parade. But no, there's anything really I want to accomplish. I think it's I just get tired of scraping snow off my car at 3 a.m. at Hanscom Air Force Base. I don't.
They do it for you.
No, they don't. they do it for the players. They don't do it for the media. And so, I just hey, I'm 70-something to leave it at that. I'm 70-something years old. I don't need that crap anymore. So I shouldn't say crap probably in the face of your programming. But.
Oh, no, you should. You fit right in.
That's when DA shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
But no, in answer to your question, no. I'm not looking to accomplish anything except call some good games, have some fun with Scal, and feeling fresh at the end of the year.
When did you know? Like, what was the moment you knew this was going to be your last year?
Really, it was a couple of years ago. It just was getting old, and I didn't think I was giving it the effort that I should all the time. There were just too many games, and after 42 years of doing this, I thought it was about time to just give somebody else a chance. So, I would say it's probably the last year and a half I knew what I was going to do come this season. In fact, everybody knew it. It was kind of anticlimactic. People said you made an announcement. Anybody who listened to the radio knew that I was, going to be quitting here pretty soon. So, yeah.
What did you think of how NBC Sports Boston handled the transition or is handling the transition with your new replacement?
I think they're doing a nice job. I mean, they purposely, and I'm glad they did. I was not part at all. I mean, not even remotely over a beer some night with either talking to Kevin Miller or Chris Whalen, who were the two guys who really made the decisions on this. I didn't talk to them about this job at all. They were going to find their own guy, and they were going to tell me, and the rest of the world afterwards that they did. So, not having had any input into the decision, I actually like the idea of someone like Drew coming in. To be honest with you, it's easier for me to deal with somebody who doesn't know me than necessarily have if they had promoted or offered the job to someone in the Boston market who I knew very well over a long period of time was now suddenly going to come and take my place. That could have get sketchy at times. Whereas with
why?
Drew,
seriously, why? What would have been weird about that?
Well, because I think if you're already in the marketplace, you have an identity of who you are, and so you want to force that identity on everybody, and that might not have been good for half a year.
I get it. All right. Were you surprised that they obviously spent so much money on your replacement?
You see his contract? I haven't.
Well, he's 25 and he doesn't have a lot of experience. I can't imagine that it was.
No, he doesn't. He graduated top of his class out of Syracuse, though. Well, that says something to the program they have up there.
How novel. Okay.
Another Syracuse guy.
Did we just lose him? Did we just lose Mike?
I made him hang up again.
Oh.
No, I hung up on him.
I think we just lost Mike.
Yeah, we did. We can get him.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get him back up. Yeah, so if you don't know, he's going to be replaced by a 25-year-old man named Drew Carter. He is somebody who won the Jim Nance Award. He is very polished. He seems to be someone who is straight out of Syracuse. That seems to be. He did graduate from there.
But the thing I said on Monday is that, like, the Syracuse thing, they're all from Syracuse. I mean, I know, and it's the joke, but they, like, just all are.
Yes,
and
many of them. And as I said,
and who the hell knows that they want to be a play-by? I don't know.
Well, he did.
Weird to me.
Apparently, according to.
No, of course he did. But it's such a random thing. Like, what do you want to go to school for? Well, my only option is to do play-by-play. And by the way, like, Gorman was in the military and stuff. Like, what is graduating at the top of your class at Syracuse? All right, yeah, you didn't even know you were on the air and you were laughing. So that means I hate you.
So, Mike, you spent some time with him during the first exhibition game. What are your first impressions?
Well, he's got a great set of pipes. He, without sounding too egotistical about the whole thing, he really was very respectful of both me and Scal and not wanting to mess up the works at all. So he seems fairly ego-less. And again, I like the idea he's from the Midwest. I mean, he knew who I was, he knew who Scal was, but it wasn't like he listened to us every night out there. And certainly he didn't when he was up at Syracuse. So he's got a blank slate in front of him, and he can do whatever he can do. That was a good class that he was in, though. He was in with Iron Eagle's son and some other people who have got jobs already on almost a network level, or at least a regional level. So, I think he's going to be fine.
How does NBC Sports Boston feel that they crushed the dreams of both Sean Grandy and John Wallach?
Well, I think they feel very badly about John.
Is the organization in a state of mourning?
Pretty much so, yeah. Pretty much so.
I heard Tatum refused to play.
Brian's just about stepped down for a couple of days, I think,
well, they do have that friendship.
Yeah. Again, I was not involved, and that's so good, because I knew you were going to ask me that question. And I know who you're looking for me to trash, and I'm not going to trash anybody.
No, we were not looking.
No, I didn't ask you the question. Rich isn't asking you to trash anyone.
Because I knew you wanted to be asked.
Rich is not gonna have you trash anyone. If I asked it, then maybe. No, Rich isn't asking.
I'm happy you got asked.
But it is obviously something that is going to be a big change, and how much time are you going to spend with Drew, or if any, like during this season, or do you think that it's best to not spend time with him so he can do his own thing and maybe not be influenced by what the way that you call these games?
Yeah, I probably won't spend a whole lot of time with him, because I'll be off when he's on the road, and when I'm at home, he'll be off. I know he still has commitments to do some ESPN football and some other stuff, so I think in the time that he's not doing our games, he may be off doing stuff for them. But over the course of the year, I'm sure he'll get enough time into. I'm not going to tell him how to broadcast games. He knows how to do it, or he thinks he knows how to do it. He'll, I won't say he'll learn, but he'll steal some stuff from me and from Scal. And that's what we all do. We all steal from each other. Nobody originates anything anymore. I think he's going to be fine. Again, he understands what's going on up here, and he understands I've been here for 42 years. He understands the big shoes to fill and all that happy stuff that people say. And he's like, it's all true as far as I'm concerned. That's his quote. Well, he's saying all the right things, I guess.
Well, my advice to him, and this is serious, and I mean this in an empathetic way, is that he cannot read anything that anyone writes about him. Because ultimately, no matter what he does, is going to be negative. Because, and this is, and I'm obviously not kissing your ass, but you've done it forever.
This is coming from two people who came in for Howard Stern, so we kind of understand.
Well, we came in for the guys who came in after Howard Stern. So, but the guys, you don't want to be the guy generally. You don't want to be the guy who replaces the guy. And that's so, right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so,
yes, exactly.
And what sucks is when I was around his age, because it's all about me, but I can be empathetic in this, and if he happens to hear this is honest, and I think I'm actually being nice. Is that I was around his age, not nearly as high profile a gig, but I did get a morning show. Now, what was great about that is is that the internet was not where it is now. So like I didn't get caught up in reading a bunch of stuff. If I did, I don't even know how that would. I might never have had a career. I might have focused on that. So the thing is that he is just going to get inundated with people that say he sucks and he's not Gorman and this is the worst. And it really doesn't even matter what he does. So he can't. If you're listening to this, young man, as I am now, you are a young man. I'm 23 years older than you. You are. Do not read what anyone says because it's not going to be good. So there you go. But Mike, I got to tell you this is that we were in constant negotiations with you. We wanted to know how much you were willing to do the show, and this is honest to God the truth. You were receiving an appliance. I don't want to tip off the IRS, but I was told you were being paid in an appliance. So you got that going for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was unaware of any.
You didn't know. You don't know. I'm breaking the news to you. That your compensation for doing the show will be in the form of an appliance, whether you want it or not.
Appliance.
There you go. Thank you. There you have it. I don't know what the appliance is. I don't know what the appliance is. It's just an appliance.
You have a stove in my house somewhere?
It's very possible. I was in the parking lot and I was told that you were being paid in an appliance. So there you go.
Good for you.
Man, I know it. What?
To go back to what you were saying earlier, though, I said that to him. I said, pay no attention to X or Twitter or whatever they call themselves these days. Just don't read that. If you read it, you're going to sit around and keep you awake at night because you think this guy's representing thousands of people when actually he's in his garage by himself. So just don't read stuff that's on the air at all. Now, he smiled. He said, okay, that's good advice. I don't know whether he will go ahead. His generation tends to use that vehicle much more than I would say. Certainly, I don't know how much you guys are on there. I know you're on there as a show, but I don't know if you're on there individually. So, yeah, it's good advice, Fred. I really think he just has to just go do the job and pay no attention to anybody except Scal, except me, and except Paul Lucy, primarily the guy who's the producer of it all and helps Scal become what he is now and has been the best producer I've ever worked with. So this kid would do well to just listen to Paul and go do his job.
I honestly think that his generation and younger do social media and can handle it better than anybody because that's all they've known. It's the people that it got thrown upon who, tried to figure out new life before it. That's where the people who can't handle it as much. So I actually have better faith in guys his age than I do in really people my age and older. But
as a holder of many burner accounts, I can tell you, that's true.
But Mike, I mean, this being your final year, I know obviously it would be the dream to be able to go out with a championship. And my God, did they do some interesting things in the offseason? What do you think of this roster as constructed, as opposed to what the Bucks did and where the Celtics stand? How do you like it so far?
Well, it's a different team, that's for sure. And I think there's going to be a different emphasis, per se. I think it'll be much more an offensive team than a defensive team. Last year, they were number 2 ranked in both categories. So they'll be hard-pressed, I think, to be the number 2 defensive team in the league, but they may well turn out to be the number 1 offensive team. Certainly, Drew Holiday changes the mix completely. I think up until that move by Holland for Holiday, I thought the Celtics had tried to change their look, but really had not gotten a whole lot better. Now I think they did get a whole lot better with the addition of Holiday. He can be a big-time player. He's a big-time defensive player, so they've got a guy now like Smart who used to go after the best player on the other team. And other guys, Horford will get his minutes cut back a little bit, but he's still young and vital and seems to be ready to go. It's going to be interesting to see who gets the ball. White is a very different-looking guy. He doesn't have the headband anymore, and he's lifted a lot of weight since we saw him last. So I first 2 times I was on the court, I went, who's that guy out there? But he's had a different look about him. But the ball's going to be in Tatum's hands a lot. I don't think he's going to be the point guard per se, but I think you're going to see him with the ball in his hands out top of the key and directing traffic a lot. So that's I think an interesting difference that this team has. They're going to have to get the ball into Brown's hand to keep everybody happy. Porzingis, I don't know if you saw any of the tape with him after the game the other night. I mean, he was just all smiles, and he said, "Hey, I've been playing basketball for a long time. I've never played in a building like this. This is a preseason game. There's people going crazy." And he just was really happy, I think, to be somewhere where he thinks he's going to be appreciated, and he will be appreciated here. So there's a good attitude there right now. We'll see early on how much the other teams have improved themselves. Milwaukee is probably, as you said, the main threat to the whole thing. But there are some other teams out there that are pretty good. The Knicks aren't bad. Philadelphia is not bad. They played pretty well the other night without their 2 best players. So, Celtics have their hands full, and I think we'll see a lot of good games. And I look forward to watching them listening to them on the road, and then being there at home.
All right. Well, listen, Mike.
All right, that was a long answer, huh?
No, it's
You
a
guys
good
took
answer.
bathroom break out of that? Oh.
No,
Well done.
No. It just we talked to you about other stuff for a long time, but Mike, looking forward to talking to you. Thank you for the commitment to the show, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too.
And I know I brought it up at obviously an awkward time, but you are getting an appliance, so just know that that is happening. I didn't make that up.
I know you couldn't make that up.
No, I didn't make it up. It was very bizarre that they told me that. I don't know why I need to know. All right. Well, listen, Mike, we look forward to basketball starting because Lord knows how long we can talk about the Patriots. So this is a big deal. Thank you for your time, and we will talk to you next week.
All right.
That was that. The timer ran
That's
out.
the quick
man.
goodbye.
That's-